A Spanish galleon docks in Seville, 1545. Within decades, bread costs triple. The culprit isn't war or plague, it's abundance. Rewind to the 1520s. Europe's money supply was tight. Gold and silver were scarce. Kings minted coins carefully. Then the Spanish conquered Peru and Mexico. They found silver, enormous quantities of it. The mines at Potosi alone would produce more silver in 1 century than all of Europe had accumulated in the previous 1,000 years. By the 1550s, Spanish fleets were shipping New World silver back across the Atlantic. Tons of it. Each shipment landed in Seville, then spread northward through Europe via trade routes and banking networks. Merchants had more coins to spend. Governments had more coins to spend. Everyone had more coins to spend. But there wasn't more grain, there wasn't more cloth, there wasn't more anything else. Prices began to climb, first slowly, then faster. Between 1520 and 1650, prices across Europe roughly tripled. In England, the cost of a basket of goods that cost 100 units in 1500 cost 300 units by 1640. Landlords raised rents, bakers raised bread prices, tailors raised cloth prices, workers' wages didn't keep pace. Real purchasing power collapsed for anyone earning fixed income. This wasn't the first time Europe had faced inflation, but it was different in scale and speed. The old explanation, debasement of coins by rulers, didn't apply here. The Spanish silver was genuine. The inflation was real. Economists and historians now call this the price revolution. It was the first modern inflation crisis. It taught Europe a hard lesson. Supply and demand apply to money itself. The impact rippled outward. Governments found their tax revenues worth less in real terms. Creditors were repaid in money that was worth less than when they'd lent it. Savers watched their hoards lose value. The poor, dependent on wages, suffered most acutely. Social unrest followed. Some regions experienced riots over bread prices. Others saw wage laws imposed to try to control labor costs. Back to that Spanish galleon in Seville. The silver it carried was real wealth, but it was also invisible inflation arriving in the hold. The crew unloaded it not knowing they were unloading the seeds of a century-long economic transformation. Every coin that flowed into Europe's markets diluted the purchasing power of every other coin already in circulation. The price revolution showed that money isn't separate from the economy, it's embedded in it. More money chasing the same goods drives prices up. It's a principle that would echo through centuries. Economists still study this period to understand how money, supply, and prices interact. It's how we understand modern inflation today. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to explore how money and power shaped history, new stories about wealth, crisis, and currency every week. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.